IP is a Hurdle to Self-Direction by Grant Mincy, posted on c4ss.org on July 27, 2014. Perhaps the most rewarding experience of education is self-direction. Here, the individual fully enjoys his or her own labor. Whatever one's interests are, self-direction is achieved on one's own terms. Self-directed education promotes initiative, creativity, cooperative/mutual labor, and healthy academic competition in one's field to cultivate a learning network. This is the very basis of the scientific method. We are encouraged to doubt and question the existing order, to follow self-direction and formulate our own hypotheses, to work towards possible conclusions. In fact, an old academic motto notes that learners are not empty vessels waiting to be filled, but instead respond in different ways to the stream of knowledge and its current. Under self-direction, peer-to-peer learning is incredibly important. Focusing specifically on higher education, particularly graduate academics, there is a need and reliance on empirical data. The goal of graduate research is to add to a body of knowledge that seeks understanding of a system or concept. In order to conduct such research, one must not only understand the relevant field, but also be granted access to data, information, and the methods used to obtain such data. In today's academic institutions, this is championed, but there do exist barriers to achieving this goal. One of the greatest is perhaps intellectual property, or IP. Take the case of Diego Gomez, a 26-year-old Colombian student whose research interest is biodiversity conservation. Throughout his academic career, access to peer-reviewed journals or global research databases were extremely limited due to lack of institutional resources. Because of this, Gomez became dependent on the internet. The web allowed him to research, share documents, and talk with colleagues. To further collaboration, when he and others came across relevant papers, they shared them together over the net. One such paper landed him in legal trouble when the author filed a lawsuit over the, quote, violation of his economic and related rights. Under the allegations of this lawsuit, reports EFF, Gomez could be sent to prison for up to 8 years and face crippling monetary fines. His crime is a violation of intellectual property law, patents, copyrights, and trademarks that restrict human labor and innovation. This is the curse of IP, excessive restrictions upheld by laws used to protect the, quote, economic rights of authors. Instead of promoting scientific progress, we are instead beholden to copyright. Instead of allowing human innovation to flourish, we are told ideas should be owned. IP reserves itself the monopoly of coercion. It does not exist to ease, facilitate, and grant social innovation. It prevents such progress. IP is a hurdle to self-direction and thus the inclined labor of human beings. The solution is to question and dismantle this authority, furthering our progress towards a free society. Luckily, we are well on our way in the age of network mutualism. Falling communication costs are allowing us to build the new within the shell of the old. The open access movement occurring on the internet is creating global markets for free association among social networks that educate and inspire, totally void of traditional power structures. The creative, innovative potential for human labor in the internet age is astounding. In a free society, ideas will not be owned. Ideas are powerful and fundamental to human flourishing. They should not be caged by legal activism. Instead, imagine a different order. One crafted by creative expression, innate interest, and the ingenuity of a free society. To achieve greatness, we must continue to advance today's emerging, beautiful, anarchic order. Open source content is fundamental to our success. You've been listening to IP is a Hurdle to Self-Direction by Grant Mincy, posted on c4ss.org on July 27, 2014, and read by Nick Ford. You've been listening to Feed 44, a project of C4SS, otherwise known as the Center for Osteal Society. Learn more at c4ss.org.